PMDG has smashed it out of the park once again. Welcome aboard Flight Simmers, my name is Rowan, and today on the 27th of January we have received the long awaited update from PMDG finally showing off their flight deck of the 777. Now we are going to see a structure change on how they present their projects, and we have Mathis to thank for that. They're going to be showing more behind the scenes stuff, and today Robert started talking about how the coding has been implicating with Microsoft Flight Simulator. He mentions that the coding using C++ and Clang compiler, which is used by Microsoft Flight Simulator, has been having certain problems as they've encountered in the past and still to the present. However, with these testing stages which they have been going through with, they have been managing these coding issues and killing off any bugs which will affect the end user, being us. The progress overall has been continuing with speed, as Robert has stated, and with a brand new beta that was just delivered last night to their testing team. So it seems like things are progressing quite quickly for them, which is really good news for us. In terms of progression compared to their last projects, it is clear to them how the DC-6 and 737 lines have helped improve the development and testing, which should hopefully lead to a shorter beta period. So let's look at the images now from their recent development update. So the first one is a close-up overhead panel picture showing the fuel jettison switches, which essentially dumps the fuel if you're overweight. Although this image doesn't show us much as an overall picture, it however shows us the tremendous amount of detail that the modelers and texturers has been putting into this aircraft. I mean, look at the guard switch itself. You can actually see the spring which shuts and holds the guard cover in place, and the lighting that is reflecting and also refracting from the plastic. This is by far the most detailed switch I have seen in any simulator, and I am really impressed. It also raises the question that if so much detail has gone into a switch, how much detail are they going to put in other places as well? For example, the displays, the levers, or even like the general carpet or glass in front of us, which we've already previously seen, has had a lot of detail gone into it. It really does get me and Adam excited for this project just really thinking about it. Every single update which they are giving us has shown off so many new aspects of the simulator which we haven't really seen before, and it really is game changing with how far they're pushing it. The next image, I think PMDG is trying to show off how far their texturing has come along. I mean, from the 737 projects to this, it's almost like night and day, and I can still remember looking at the previews thinking that those textures were next level, and how is it going to be topped? And then here we are with a 777 and they've just done it again. They completely topped it, practically set a new standard for any other project. I mean, look at the velcro strap holding in the transmitter on the back wall of the flight deck. You can almost see all of the individual stitching which creates the strap. Or then let's look at the stitching in the leather to the left hand side. It is by far the most realistic texturing combined with the lighting. Or then just the general wear and tear of the leather itself. I know it's going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I am just truly impressed. I mean, my jaw probably can't be any closer to the floor at this point with it dropping. And then the next image, it shows us the most amount of information with it being a slightly wider shot in terms of the forward side of the flight deck. And it is clear that the aircraft will not be a brand new one. Looking at the lower left, we can see that there are loads of scuffs and scratches indicating that it is an older and worn aircraft, which I'm completely fine with. But what really caught my eye is the assembly of the retractable window. As you can see on the right hand side, every single fibre on the brush which covers the rail can be seen. Now that paired with the lighting is really impressive, and it really does make me question how they've managed to optimise this project to be on the same level as the 737 line. Or even then, let's look at the piston assembly which holds the window in place. The lighting perfectly displays each part of that whole piston, with scratches on the nuts and bolts where they have clearly been tightened. It's truly on a new level. I could probably keep rambling on about all the subtle details which they have put into for hours upon hours, but I really don't want to put myself through the pain in editing this video. Finally, the last image is a wide shot showing the rear of the flight deck. And this one is probably my favourite, showing off all of the different types of texturing and decals. Well, as Mathis clearly pointed out, let's look at the high-vis vests in the centre of the image. Looking at that high-vis scrunched up in that small box, you can really see where all the light is being reflected off of the different surfaces. Or even then looking at the registration and airworthiness certificates in the top left. Seeing that the papers themselves have been crumpled slightly and not perfect looking. As just an overall look of this image, you can clearly see that PMDG has put a lot of work in this project, and it really does get us excited. Now I really can't wait to see what the avionics are going to be looking like, but unfortunately they are not giving us that today. And that's it with the screenshots. Obviously PMDG is being very conservative with what they release as the beta is still progressing. And I am sure over the next upcoming weeks we will get a lot more information. But just to finally see the inside of the flight deck is a clear indication that we are soon going to be getting this beauty of an aircraft. And we are all so excited to start doing these long haul routes with modern airlines. There is no indication on the release structure, and all we know is that they have set a window, which apparently is a very large window according to Robert. But they will be making videos and structuring release just like they did with the 737 series, which is a great sign. In terms of the order of the releases, that is still unknown. In fact, we're still not sure which variant of the aircraft which we are currently seeing right now. So what variant do you think it is? Make sure you do comment it down below and share your thoughts and opinions on it. Unfortunately, that is all for today. So if you want to keep up to date with all of the most recent Microsoft Flight Simulator news, then make sure you stay subscribed with notifications on. Also, if you want to get more involved with the community, you can also join our Discord where we discuss all of the recent news released. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rowan and you've been watching Information Alpha. See ya.